standing here on this stage with a guitar I found in the trash after a rainy night. It's missing a string, but I can still play it, 'cause it's the only thing that's mine. My name's Lily, I'm 10, and I don't have a home. My mom left me under a bridge when I was 3 on a night so cold I couldn't feel my hands. I don't know who my dad is. I grew up on the streets, sleeping on wet cardboard, eating scraps people threw away. One time, I almost died from hunger, curled up by a dumpster, listening to the rain, thinking I wouldn't wake up. But I'm still here. And today, I want to tell you my story, not to make you feel sorry for me, but to show you that no matter how hard life gets, I still want to sing. I don't really know where to start, 'cause my life's like a book with the first few pages ripped out. But I'll try to tell you guys everything I can remember, everything I feel. I'm not great with words, but I've got this guitar, and every note I play is a piece of my story I carry with me. I was born somewhere, maybe a big city, I don't know. My mom never told me anything about it. The first thing I remember is the smell of wet dirt and the sound of water running under that bridge where she left me. I can still feel her hands all shaky when she put me down on a torn-up blanket and walked away. I cried, but she didn't look back. I called out, "Mommy!" with my little hoarse voice. I was only 3, but all I got was the wind. I didn't get why she left. Did she hate me? Or did she just not have a choice? I don't know, and maybe I never will. Those next few days, all I did was cry and feel hungry. I didn't know what to do except sit there under the bridge, hugging that raggedy blanket she left. An old lady walked by once, saw me, and gave me a dry piece of bread. She said, "Poor little thing, you gotta survive, okay?" But she didn't stay. I ate that bread real slow, tiny bites, 'cause I was scared once it was gone, I'd have nothing left. That night, it got so cold. The wind cut through me like knives. I held that blanket tight, thinking about Mom, wondering if she missed me. But then I figured if she did, she'd have come back. I lived like that, day after day, under that bridge until some people came and kicked me out. They said it wasn't a place for kids. I didn't know where to go, so I just wandered, barefoot on the sidewalk, my stomach growling. I learned to dig through trash cans for food. One time I found a whole sandwich, but when I bit into it, it was green with mold. I ate it anyway, 'cause if I didn't, I'd die. I threw it all up right after, lying there on the ground, tears running down my face, too weak to even make a sound. By the time I was 5, I started figuring out I wasn't like other kids. I'd see them going to school, wearing nice clothes, holding their parents' hands. And there I was, sitting on the curb, watching through the dirt caked on my face. One time, a boy about my age walked by with an ice cream cone. I stared at him, my stomach hurting so bad from hunger, but I didn't dare ask for a bite. He looked at me, then turned to his mom and said, "Mom, why's that girl so dirty?" His mom yanked him away fast, like I was something scary. I just sat there, hugging my knees, wondering if I was even a person or just some ghost nobody wanted to see. I learned how to get by, picking up cans and bottles to sell, sometimes begging for change on the corner. Some people tossed me a few coins, others shooed me off like I was a stray dog. There was this one guy, though, an older dude who'd give me a leftover donut every day after work. He'd say, "Kid, you're tough. Surviving like this, you're gonna grow up strong." I didn't know what strong meant, but I'd smile at him, 'cause it was the first time anybody said something nice to me. Then one day, he stopped coming. I waited at that corner for weeks, but he never showed. I overheard someone say he got hit by a car and died. I sat under a tree nearby and cried, not 'cause I was hungry, but 'cause the only person who ever cared about me was gone. I didn't have anyone to tell, anyone to hug, just me wrapping my skinny arms around myself. When I turned 7, I found this guitar. It was in a dumpster near a park, missing a string, with a big crack down the side. I picked it up, not 'cause I knew how to play, but 'cause I wanted something to hold when I slept. That night I strummed it a little. It sounded scratchy and rough, but to me it was like a friend. I taught myself to play by listening to street musicians. I don't know notes or chords or anything fancy. I just play what I feel, the sadness inside me. Every time I strum, it's like I'm telling my story, even if nobody's listening. One day I was playing on a street corner, and this lady stopped. She listened for a while, then dropped $5 in front of me. She said, "You've got talent, kid. Keep going." My hands shook, holding that money. It was the first time I earned something myself. I bought a hot loaf of bread and sat on the sidewalk, eating it slow, crying the whole time. Not because I was sad, but because I thought maybe I was worth something. Maybe I deserved to dream. But life doesn't let up easy. One night, I was sleeping in an alley with my guitar next to me when some drunk guys came by. They kicked me, laughing, calling me trash. One of them grabbed my guitar and smashed it on the ground, breaking off another piece. I screamed, "No, that's mine!" But they didn't care. I lunged for it, hugging it tight, and they shoved me down. My head hit the pavement, and blood ran down my face. They walked off, leaving me there, sobbing, clinging to my broken guitar till I couldn't cry anymore. I thought about giving up once. It was a rainy night, and I was under the awning of a closed-up store, so hungry I couldn't stand. I looked at my busted guitar, my scarred-up hands, and thought, if I die, would anybody care? I closed my eyes, letting the rain hit my face, imagining I'd just melt away like the drops. But then this little stray dog, wet and shivering like me, came over and licked my hand. It didn't have a home either. I hugged it, and that night, we slept together under that awning. I figured if that dog could keep going, so could I. I started playing more after that, on street corners and parks, anywhere people walked by. I'd sing songs I made up about the bridge where Mom left me, the nights I went hungry, the donut guy who was kind to me. Some people stopped to listen, some didn't. But for me, every note was a way to hold on to myself, to remember I'm still here. Then one day, I heard about America's Got Talent. This street singer guy told me about it, said it's a place where people like me can stand up and show the world who we are. I didn't believe him at first. I mean, I'm just a dirty homeless kid, nobody notices. But he said, "You've got that guitar. You've got your story. You can do it." I thought about it for a long time, then decided to try. I walked miles and miles, slept on the side of the road just to get to the audition. I stood in line with hundreds of people, hugging my broken guitar, legs shaking because I was so scared. But when it was my turn, I stepped up here, and now I'm standing in front of you. I don't care if you give me a high score or let me move on. I just want to stand here and sing one song, tell you my story. I don't have a home, I don't have a family, but I've got this guitar and I've got a dream. I dream that one day I won't have to sleep on the street anymore, won't have to dig through trash to eat. I dream that someday someone will hug me and say, "Lily, you deserve to be loved." I don't know if that day is ever gonna come, but today I'm here singing for you, singing for me, to prove that no matter how many times life knocks me down, I'll keep getting back up. That's my story, long and sad, but it's all I've got. I don't know what's next, but standing on this stage today, with my busted guitar and a heart full of scars, I feel like I've already won. Thank you for listening to me.